good? It's Pop YouTube family. We back in our reaction video. We got my boy Stan Nancy with when Rock Lee proved he was a menace at the Chunin exam. He did ever since he the moment he popped up on screen. And I think he caught hold on, y'all being right here. Put y'all right here. Put y'all. This we're gonna get up close and personal real quick while I fix this. You feel me? Well, how was y'all day? Type thing. But I forgot who leg was it? He caught somebody leg in Sasuke, what? In Sasuke leg, and they was like, "Yo, he mad fast." I do believe it was gonna be a problem. But then we got one of the greatest fights in anime history: Gar versus Rock Lee. You know where that went. You know, he did his thing against Zaku and I can't remember what other bro name was, but let's neither here nor there. My boy channel will be linked down below. I'm in the video. Make sure you show us love, hit the sub button, all the good stuff. You know, we gotta hit the like. I missed it 3 times. Make sure you leave a like on the video. Make sure it's full screen. What is your favorite Chunin exam moment? Let me know. Let's get right into it.
Look at Neji, man. The prodigy of the Hyuga. They say that's the strongest clan in the village right now, right? That mean bro gotta be tough. I'm talking about main character best friend type tough. You know, the Killua to my Gon, Vegeta to my Goku, that type of image. So I just know Kishimoto go treat him right. But before all that, we see him walking up to Sasuke so he can try and get to know him. He done peeped how every girl in school and even Shikamaru done got weak in the knees just from seeing bro. And he trying to get put on too. But not gonna lie, Sasuke acting like a cornball. All Neji did was ask bro what was his name, and Sasuke go talk about some actually, it's common courtesy to say your name first, so come correct next time. Like, buddy, who do you think you are? Is what I would say, but then I remember he ain't have nobody to teach him manners. But being mature and actually having manners, Neji lets that slide and then just asks bro how old he is. And this man says, I'm not obliged to answer that either. And it's at this point where I wish Itachi would have went through with Danzo's plan. But then of course, Tenten's lame man gonna have the nerve to be in the background talking about some cute.
Like, come on,
bro, he's talking to your teammate. You only got 5 minutes of
crazy
screen time this whole series, and you using it to ride these. No license, no permit, no nothing, bro. I can't wait for the mandatory celibate arc. I'm already sick of her. And so naturally, this gets Neji a little heated, cause Sasuke got his girl back there blushing.
Look at him.
And then he got the nerve to just turn around and walk off like he actually did something. The whole time, Neji really could have had bro looking like he just fought a Cyberman. But Lee looks at him like, you just go let that slide? As Neji and Tenten proceed to walk off. But Bushy Brows was like, nah, y'all go ahead. I got something to take care of. Trying to act all mysterious and nonchalant. You are not me, buddy. As then we see Team 7 walking through this big ass ballroom for no reason too, because nobody else came back here. But that's until we hear none other than Rock Lee's voice saying, "Hey you, with the attitude, hold on." Sounding like the Wii Sports announcer. So now Sasuke trying to act nonchalant in front of the game, just like, what do you want, little bro? You see I'm busy. You want me to cook you like I did your teammate? But Lee like, nah, I'm trying to box. I hear everybody talking about you, but you just look like a normal emo to me. So he jump off this high ass balcony and land thinking he's Spider-Man before bro get in this crazy stance, looking like he dislocated every one of his fingers, showing off the flexibility because bro then says, I'm not just here for you, my boy, as he then goes to Sakura, letting her know he feeling it and that he is on that, you know what I'm saying? 2 birds with 1 stone, who can be mad at that? And I know for a fact that you can't hate because you couldn't do this. Bro saw a girl walking with 2 different and still proceeded to pull up over him like he's
crazy.
But at the same time, this is the guy you can't bring around the hoods. He see you with your girl and now he trying to fight. Bro, hold on. But luckily, it don't even matter for real. Cause Sakura act like she walked in on her parents or something. But she started tweaking like bro don't got a chance at all. Thinking she's Tsunade or something. But you know how people be like the worst thing she can say is no? She was
I dropped something on the keyboard and they started the video over. My bad.
It don't even matter for real, cause Sakura act like she walked in on her parents or something. But she started tweaking like bro don't got a chance at all. He don't. She's Tsunade or something.
Oh my god.
But you know how people be like the worst thing she could say is no? She was like, nah, watch this. And started flaming this. Don't nobody want your coconut head ass with them bushy ass, angry bird ass eyebrows with that stank ass, hand me down bodysuit that you probably ain't took off since you was 6. It probably got My God stains from the 70s on it. But Lee does not care. He still blows her a kiss on his Chris smooth timing. Why not let it fly? And that junk got her legs shaking and low-key, that's a W. But even then, she weaved that mess, not taking no chances. So Lee like, alright, bet. And let off a whole clip showing her what that mouth do. Just for Sakura to turn on Ultra Instinct and dodge every single one of them. And then finishes it off, hitting the Matrix, breaking her back. And I mean, that's technically what he wanted, right? But then Sasuke's like, so you know about the Uchiha, and you still want to challenge me? Like, no, we don't know about the Uchiha, because they're all fucking dead, gone, finished. The one that's not gone is a lunatic. But then Naruto gets tired of everybody only messing with Sasuke. Sakura, Ino, Neji, Gaara, Tenten. It's always Sasuke. I'm the main character. So he pulls up telling Lee to fight him instead. But Lee just like, nah, get your weak ass out of here. I'm here for Sasuke. But Naruto took that person. As he started rushing and jumping up for the Superman punch, really trying to body this dude. Except Lee just steps forward and pushes bro hand down out the way, actually on some nonchalant shit like he boxing a second grader. And Naruto for real was just floating in slow motion as Lee walked up normal speed to pack bro up. And that's all I needed to see to know it was over for Naruto. But Naruto is not done. He hit the handstand reversal and tried to get Lee with a kick, and as disrespectfully as possible, Lee closes his eyes like he activated his sixth sense and just weaves the kick before sweeping bro.
Turn my boy into a Beyblade.
Sending him to the ground, making him start spinning around like a Beyblade all the way into the wall, ending his revenge tour right then and there. So now they got Lee feeling himself a little cocky as bro says Sasuke has no chance and that his skills aren't even close to his. God damn, he talking crazy in front of your baby mama too. That's tough. This would have been enough for me to activate my Mangekyo on the spot. And so now Sasuke like, crazy. Oh nah, all the way to my disrespect Naruto, but I'm not going for that shit. And I'm definitely not letting it slide. So he starts rushing immediately, and real quick, I'm gonna let this play out with no effects, just so y'all can see how long this man was running.
Like why though?
All that, and bro wasn't getting any closer, looking like
he wasn't trying to box for real.
But he finally gets the Superman punch charged up. I guess forgetting what just happened to Naruto trying to be a copycat. You are not Kakashi. As Lee just instant transmissions up out of there.
Check that chin, boy.
Bro saw the bodysuit and thought this was finna be easy. But then Lee appears in the air charging up a kick, but Sasuke dodges. Ain't need a Sharingan for it or nothing.
He got that chin check. I can't wait for that chin check.
Main character. But Lee tries to combo it into another kick, and just look at this movement, man. It's like watching Kyrie out there, bro.
Can I have this dance?
But Sasuke says he is not fast enough to dodge this one, and so he puts his hands up to block and still gets kicked in the face. And that's not it either, because do you see how close Sasuke was to having this man's toes in his mouth? At this point, I think bro might actually like it. I'm never forgetting the Ishiki stomp.
Yeah,
never. Getting toes in your face from Rock Lee would have been enough for me to hang up my headband.
Nah,
but
definitely.
That
I would have hung that bill
flying and with some immaculate hang time, reminding me of Jeffrey himself. And now look at him. Bro is actually doing a perfect Yamcha impression. Give him a round of applause. That's real talent right there. And so then he starts getting up and has the audacity to say, I got him right where I want him.
You bro, huh?
This man had you floating in the air 2 seconds ago like you caught the Holy Ghost, and you ain't even landed hit yet. What are you on about? But then my boy turn on that Sharingan and just look at Sakura. She cannot believe it.
I can't believe my baby
was throwing shade at Kakashi too, sneaking in. It's in both of his eyes. As she then proceeds to keep glazing bro, talking about, oh, he's so amazing. You never know what he's gonna do next. Like, damn, can he land a hit first?
Right.
Bro's getting compliments for using his eyes. What are we really doing right now? So he starts rushing in again, but Lee's just standing there not giving a single fuck. He does not care. It's Sakura still back there just doing backflips on him and hating on Lee at the same time for no reason. So then we just see Sasuke get kicked square on his chin, softening it up for Naruto later. But then this man Rock Lee uses a perfect 180-degree angle kick to send bro in the air. And just look at how high this man went. You are not finna fly away. Your family is not up.
And then look how
so
Lee get on that bumper.
To be Spider-Man, thinking he finna get some Spidey senses, and now Lee is pressing. He goes for an ass kick and misses. Then goes for another kick with his right, and this one would have been nasty. Shout out Dua Lipa. But he
Took
follows
his
it
head
up with a
off.
spinning roundhouse, and just look at what happened to his leg, man. He out there sacrificing everything like the Pacers was in the playoffs. And it connects,
Yeah,
but they are
they
not
sacrificed
done. As
everything
Lee
and
tries
lost
to
to my
hit him with
boys
the
in
ooga
sound.
booga, but Sasuke blocks it. Then Lee pulls him in and gut checks him with a mean elbow. Had Sasuke going limp. Just look at his arm. And it sends him back as Lee lets him know that this is straight hands. This ain't no genjutsu, ninjutsu, renjutsu, just straight boxing. And then he just appears behind him, so Sasuke's pissed, making him go for a backhand, but Lee just moves out of the way and starts cooking him again.
He said that Sharingan ain't nothing.
Sasuke got that Saiyan pride. He started rushing at him again, but Lee is not taking this man serious. He just keeps talking, so Lee goes for a right and then gets dodged. But I guess Lee moved too fast that time. Got bro stuck on the last frame. So Sasuke goes for a kick and gets weaved. So now Lee like, alright, forget all the dodging. It's my turn.
Now
So he charges up a kick and lands it right on bro's chin again. Just look at Sasuke's form as he floats through the air.
Now look at Lee.
But the job is not finished.
He's a
As Lee gets in this stance like he finna run a relay and then jumps right behind him. And we all know what's about to happen. So Lee lets the hand wraps loose, but out of nowhere comes this random ass pinwheel through by somebody with aimbot, because the accuracy was impeccable. Almost as accurate as when Itachi threw his Yasuke beads at the Chibaku Tensei, but anyway. Now Lee flips away and Sakura for some reason runs over to catch Sasuke.
Great catch, by the way.
Anything to become useful.
Great
but
catch,
I just
by the
gotta
way.
ask, where was his energy when Naruto was spinning into the wall?
Yeah,
her glorious king started getting his ass beat, and now all of a sudden she thinks she Odell. But the that actually care about her, she let get cooked. But anyway,
But it was a great
gets
catch,
to finish taking out all his pent up anger on the last Uchiha to try and make Tobirama proud. What better time for him to let loose than versus the demon of the sin? The boy with more bodies at 12 than Kendall Jenner's whole lifetime. And bro couldn't wait either. He does his clean ass entrance before the Jumbotron even finished picking who's next.
He said,
he was up here
I know it's
for
me.
it too. Acting like he actually finna box, knowing damn well he just finna be standing in one spot the whole time. Anyway. But it's looking like this finna be a perfect matchup, cause Bushy Brows is geek too. We about to eat good. So he leapfrogs down and goes right into the iconic pose, showing me all I need to see. This man's a crackhead, which also means I would have been out of there. Either you getting switched down or I'm gone. But luckily,
I'm gone.
I am not Gara, because he is locked in. He ain't come here for no other reason than to add to his list.
To catch a body.
But I can't even focus on the fight because we got these meat riders over here glazing more than me. And they not even saying it out loud. They glazing out of pure unfiltered love for riding meat. But the worst part is, they just lying. Tamari literally says, and I quote, his kick isn't that great. What? Like, bro, does she know? But nonsense aside, we go back to Hayate, starting the match, and Lee wasted no time running into a 3-foot tall Gara who's just standing there. That's what I'm saying, bro. He was tweaking, ready to fight just to do this Black Beetle challenge the whole time, bro. I promise you, you're not tough. But Lee jumps up and leaves Hurricanes right into a wall of sand, giving us some subtle foreshadowing. Before he looks up at a fat pile pouncing at him, making bro hit 16 backflips out of there.
Look how he slide
flip his goofy ass all the way back to the weak character creator being he came out of. But since Lee's such a dog, he just locks in and goes charging. Even got his hair flopping in the wind all majestic too. You can't tell me the bowl cut not tough. But then he proceeds to do his best Laker LeBron impression, not connected with nothing but bad boy, as every single attack gets blocked by the sand. Before he peeps some below him, making him pull out a kunai, showing that he do got a little bag to him. It might be a Kendrick Perkins bag, but hey, bag. Still better than Kiba's. As he uses it to go slashing through the sand, making an opening just to still get blocked. But bruh, look at Gara. He not even facing the right way. He's still in the same position from when the match started. Like, bruh, I thought you wanted to box. This show really is full of fake demons. He like the ninja version of Jason, bro. He get carried by his mom. And she going so crazy, Lee got no choice but to go rolling and flipping away before eventually jumping up and beaming kunai, showing off 2 moves now, officially putting him ahead of Ino in the bad category. But either way, they still don't do shit. Making Lee stand here completely bewildered, not even able to fathom getting outplayed by somebody with no workout routine, eyebrows, or big. But at this point, Gar's concerned, thinking that's all Rock Lee got, saying he hopes he's not done entertaining him. Like, excuse me? This really is a game to him, huh? You know you can just play Friday the 13th if you really feeling that bad.
Didn't that shut down?
It gets worse when bro says it hasn't been enough blood. Looking like a true psychopath. That's when he started tweaking. The Dexter of the Narutoverse. No wonder bro grew up single. That time of the month would have had his girl fighting for her life. I see why bro had to adopt. She go walk in the room and he go be like, Finally.
Yo.
And so then he sends more sand that goes grabbing Lee before he could escape. Then spinning him around and yeeting him spine first into this stiff ass wall. You turn this junk sideways, it look like he going down the slide. That's perfect form. But he falls down, and before he can even recover, he gets pounced in again, but rolls and goes running back in, just to proceed to box sand with a 0% success rate. And then this Sakura has the nerve to say he's only using taijutsu. Like, who are you to talk? What ninjutsu do you got, huh? What genjutsu do you got? Don't act like we ain't all see that bullshit you did versus Ino, bro. Your ultimate would not work over you. This same taijutsu was folding your mans 3 minutes ago. I don't want to hear you. So we go back down to Lee getting pressed before pulling off one of the greatest gymnastic performances of all time, making Simone Biles proud. Until the end, where he lands on sand and goes tumbling down before getting cooked by it, giving him an instant trip down there to Gara's mom. Except we look up to see bro backflipping in slow motion all the way to up here. Golly, bro, is you ducking? Before we get the strongest man in the world telling Lee to take him off. And knowing these freaks, I have no idea what he's alluding to. Orochimaru Jiraiya gave me PTSD, but that's until he reveals the leg weights that he's been wearing that honestly look like they only about 10 pounds or so. I mean, maybe he'll get a little bit faster, but come on now. So he drops them and they go booming into the ground, leaving everybody shook except Gaara, because bro swears he's invincible. But then Lee dips, and now bro feeling that pressure as he comes back coming in through the sand, finally making Gaara look back terrified. That chain looking real fake now, ain't it? Shit not dancing at all. As Lee transitions out, coming back, missing another kick. But now Gaara and his mom struggling to keep up, as Lee is spazzing around him, just playing with his food, warming up for the main course. As he goes right by him with the punch, but just look at bro's face. He has no idea what he done got himself into. His life probably flashed before his eyes with the Undertaker music in the background. Before we back out to see Lee going absolutely crazy on the sand, leaving Gaara here looking stupid trying to keep up. This how you know the Sand Village is ass, cause he look like he never seen anything like this in his life. Before we go back to Lee doing the 10-10 technique, but on steroids. He must have been on them trips with Germany where Bronny's dead. Until he goes jumping, flipping over him, and coming down, rocking his shit. And just look at the position Lee got him in, like he finna hit a mean stanky leg. Before we go in to see, he even got a little cut on his cheek, marking the first time this little has ever even been touched in a fight. And it's about time somebody humbled his little ass. And just look at Baki, bro. Even his trash ass can't believe it. That's how you know he a bum. And so now Lee is hyped, making him go running in for more, giving Gaara no choice but to actually do something, making a wall of sand that Lee drifts around before this Menace starts playing damn peekaboo. I'm over here, psych, I'm over here. Actually, I'm right here, smacking this man, sending him flying back and crashing into the ground. That's what I'm talking about, man. I love a good humbling, bro. But then Gaara starts slowly standing back up, just leaking all over the floor, not having no shame, before it starts panning up on him, and we see pieces of sand just falling to the ground, with this freak just moaning and groaning, thinking he's Shannon Sharp, until it pans up on this lunatic looking crazy. I'm telling y'all, bro, this is just a dirty crackhead. There is no other explanation.
This when I realized Lee was finna get dog
mind would be looking at you like this after just eating a CTE invoking 2-piece. So either he finna reach in his bag going full John Morant, or somebody meeting Hagoromo, until he just starts replenishing his armor, going right back into his uninterested look, before asking again, is that all? And man, I know he regretted that jump, because look at the sparkle in Lee's eye. He already know what time it is. So he starts unwrapping them hands before looking up, pissed. And he blitzes in, moving mild from, just running circles around his prey before Gaara says, what are you waiting for? Like he just can't wait to get his ass beat or something. Bro must got a kink. So then Lee connects a clean kick to the chin, sending Gaara up to the Holy Ghost. Except then Lee starts comboing it with non-stop bombs to this boy diaphragm. Probably got him up there gasping for air like he walked into the bathroom after a choji. Until he then sends his hand wraps around him, tying him up on some more kinky shit, before he grabs bro by the shoulders and then goes spinning crazy all the way down and into the ground. Cranium first, like they wanted to go straight down to Minato. And I'm sorry, but that armor should not save him from that. And if so, he better pop up talking like Scooby-Doo. As you see Lee land, breathing heavy, and Gaara lay it out on the rubble, already looking like he at the family reunion.
It was a clone.
Broken pieces, like Lee done turned this into a puzzle. But the crazy part is, these dudes are ecstatic. Like, bruh,
you just killed him.
Dead.
Yeah.
Look at him. As we see everything start
cold.
to fall apart and slowly turn into sand. And Rock Lee cannot believe his big ass eyes. Before out of nowhere, sand pops up behind Lee with this damn
crazy
demon
shot
under it, looking like he's ready for more as he casts a jutsu, sending sand into the air that goes jumping Lee, sending him back to the ground before it zooms into his knees, tweaking, looking like Kenny Smith, or either he getting some magnificent hit before he looks back at Gara, who's preying on him and making this fat wall of sand that he sends crashing into and carrying Lee back into the wall, leaving little bro slumped. He thinks it's his day off. And so then Gar sends more that just smashes into him, making this freak stick out his tongue
You're
like
waking the lunatic
in the forest. But we go in to see Lee's hands up, knowing damn well that's not how you block a pile of sand. But also Pete bro's fingers. All them push-ups that gave bro polio. But then we see him finally dodge the sand and the next 4 attacks too, finally looking like he got some life in him. Until we see him just get blasted with sand again. This time, putting him face down in the concrete, looking down that might die for advice.
But Lee went out like a dog.
Still looking as demonic as ever. And Lee has no choice but to just put his hands up. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Hayate. This shit is over.
It is. You should call the match.
Save my guy from getting further embarrassed in front of his crush, please. Except instead, Lee gets smacked with yet another shower of sand before proceeding to catch a sand back shot, putting him in complete agony.
He can't do nothing but
not handle all that. He getting cooked so bad, we end up getting hit with a flashback, which is how you know this junk is all but over. As he go back to Lee still doing this trash ass block animation before he sheds a tear, thanking his sensei for everything. And I guess that was all he needed to get his stat boost. Because now we see him ready up and with a smile on his face before easily dodging and flash stepping forward looking like he ready for round 4. Before we get this drone camera POV of him just down here making light work of these basic ass attacks. Still keeping a smile on his face because he has one more trick up his sleeve. As he puts some hands up and starts charging crazy, going right into the 3rd gate of life, looking insane like a skinny red Hulk ready to cook this little demon. Except this time, he taking no chances as he keeps charging, opening up the 4th gate, trying to go Super Saiyan God before loading up and blasting off, shattering the ground and obliterating this man's chin. Goddamn knocking his head off. Still happened so fast, Kakashi even had to pull out the Sharingan, which he really has only had to do so far with the Jonin Zabuza. I'm just saying. But then we look up to see Gar just floating up to greet the Lord before Lee comes running, then popping up over him, popping him down. But it's like, nah, get your ass back up here before appearing again like, you know what? I got a better idea. As he starts violating him, playing pinball with a whole human being mid-air. Till eventually he fills up his ultimate meter, popping him again, then going back to the ground just to jump back up and come down with maximum momentum, ready to eradicate bro. Even opening up the 5th gate before just disappearing out of nowhere, then rocking this boy in the gut, sending him free falling out the air. Except Lee like, nah, I'm not finished. Grabbing bro's wrap, pulling him back up into a beautiful hidden lotus, destroying the arena as Gara booms down. And even Lee goes rolling before finally stopping, looking like he the one who just got his junk worked. Do anything for attention. But now we go in to check on the actual victim who, hold on, is still breathing. Bro, what the fuck?
Hey,
ain't no way he's still conscious after that. I don't care what kind of plot armor he had. You telling me because he turned this big ass peanut into sand, he was just able to tank that, bro? So if I was to take your ass to the beach and hit you with an attitude adjustment onto the sand from 30 feet up, you not gonna feel that shit. Get the fuck out of here. And so then he even starts to lift his hand towards a struggling Lee, even sending some sand his way. And he is
the fight was over, Gar got up with no damage.
Hayate, bro. Call this shit. God, Kakashi, somebody please. But nope. As the sand goes wrapping around his leg and arm, letting Gar do the diabolical sand coffin, cooking Lee, making sure he'll never hit the Dougie again. As he goes sliding on the ground, slumped. But even that's not enough for this deranged lunatic, as he sends more sand completely covering him, ready for the fatality. Except finally, God comes to save his student, making light work of the sand, flexing his strongest man in the world status. But that's when Gar just stands up and walks away, completely unfazed by the absolute ass whooping he just endured. But more importantly, he says he quit. So we at least walking out or getting carried out of here with something. And speaking of, out of pure, uncontainable, undeniable, dog, Rock Lee gets
back
back on
up
his
on a
feet,
broken
all
leg.
without even being conscious, giving us one of the most touching moments of the series between a master and his student.
Lee is him.
Shout out Rock Lee, man.
Lee is him, bro. My bad. Lee was him. Because they absolutely fried my boy. But also, be reminded, yo, Gara took no damage from that entire barrage. That's why he was able to get up. He took 0 damage from that barrage, just let you know. And I'm not just saying that. He literally took 0. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Lee Chunin exams, big dog status. Big dog status. You feel me? Big Doggerton. But with that being said, my boy channel will be linked down below. I'll rate the video. Make sure you go show us love. Hit the sub button, all that good stuff. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.